edition of Baba TV Every Time Fire. Uh, it's my absolute privilege and honor to be in the presence of this mighty priest of the Naya Bingi order, long time taught by the elders in Washington, D.C. He's a long line of divine in Washington, D.C. And those of you who have been keeping up with Baba TV, I've had the priest on there a couple of times the summer before last when I spent the summer back in Washington, D.C. And I'm just so grateful he's with the family, as always, that he would give me a few moments of his time to delve into this well of wisdom that he has to bring us. Priest, how you doing, sir? How the ites?
Hey, Baba. How should I say? Yeah, Baba, can you hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would like to thank you and your listeners for having me on today. We are doing laundry right now, live and uncut. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah, so we out amongst the people and whatnot during the pandemic. So, you know, we had the black-owned laundromat. It's called Dozer Laundromat in Washington, D.C. So your people in D.C. need to go to the laundromat, nice and clean. Cardoza Laundromat, that's on what, 11th and Girard, Northwest. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what we're doing here because, you know, we got to keep the money in our house right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We got to keep the money in the house.
Yes, sir. Before you get into whatever you wanted to talk about, sir, I know you saw me on the out there getting the fresh water. And what were you saying to me earlier? I told you how fresh that water was, and the priest said it's to get the. What did you say, priest? I don't want to misquote you. What did you tell me?
No, what I said was, see, when you go to the well and get fresh water, right? Fresh water can even clean off dirty people. You know what I'm saying? If it's fresh, if it's pure, you can clean off dirty people. So that's the purpose of having good water. That's strong water. You know what I'm saying? So I took it as a metaphor, like you was getting that good word, and the word was nourishing you. And so when you have on different guests, they nourish the people with their good word. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what I was saying. So go ahead, Bob.
Give us some wisdom, sir, about what's going on today in the conscious world and the world, California burning up.
They just burning up all the herb. They just burning up all the herb in California. It ain't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want to cut us in on the herb business, legal or otherwise. So now all their shit is burning. You know what I'm saying? Legal is burning. So ain't nothing I can do about that. I'm a fireman. I'm not a water guy. I don't have water. I got fire. Every time. Fire every time. So you wouldn't call me and say your thing is on fire because, you know, I'm going to bring the fire. See, I'm going to burn it all the way to the ground because it ain't mine and you ain't sharing. And during this pandemic, that's what we find out that we supposed to be sharing with one another. You know what I'm saying, Bob?
Yes, sir.
We supposed to be sharing. You ain't got to like me and I like you, but you better make sure them old people are safe right now. You know what I'm saying? Better make sure they got their masks, make sure they got their water. You better make sure because remember the not being your order, we got 5 things we're responsible for amongst our community. You catch me, Baba?
Yeah, yes, sir.
The hungry fed, the naked clothed, the sick nourished, the aged protected, and the infants cared for. So now, during this pandemic, we supposed to already be in motion already, taking care of what we got to take care of, Bob. You know what I'm saying? So I personally looking at people like, look, let's get back to the foundation, to the roots. Because Rastafari made it so people of color could do some things in the past 50 years. So we're not caught up in the schisms and the isms. We know there's some white people, green people, blue people amongst all of we that want the world to be right. We know that already. So we're going to go ahead and clean the house one more time with some fire and brimstone.
That's what it is. What's going on in D.C.? What's going on with the brothers in D.C.?
I don't know what's going on with the brothers in D.C., but 2 days ago, I went to go check Ross Iris, who is the elder of the Rastafari community here in D.C. So he was one of the brethren that made Rastafari, you know, what it is for the past 32 years. Cause the brother, he called me when I was a youth. So that's 32 years ago we've been hanging out. 32 years strong. So right now the elders in care, blind, he got dialysis and stuff. So, we need ones to come check on the elder because people forgot that the hungry fed, naked clothed, sick nursed, age protected, infants cared for. It was never no broke people business with no broke behavior. So now with this pandemic going on, we see who really broke. They might got money, but they ain't got the thought. Who you taking care of? You got $10 million, who you taking care of? Not how much more money you can get, which is good. Get all the money you can get. The more money you get, the more people you're supposed to take care of in truth and rights. You know what I'm saying, Baba?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now people don't want to hear me talk at all. So now on my show, the Listening Room DC, that's on Dirty Basement Radio, I play music for people to bring them back to a consciousness and to a level. Like, look, we used to play music together. We used to talk to each other. We used to reason. We were building stuff before the pandemic and even during the pandemic. Because some people plan that we don't come up out of this. All we call it melanated people, they better check themselves, whether they Spanish, whatever they come from. Everybody other than white people got a problem.
Mm, mm.
Everybody. I mean, everybody. They might not think they don't got it. That right there. Put your mask back on, please. Excuse me. I'm in the laundromat with my little people.
Go ahead.
Yeah, baby.
Hi.
Hey, big up, Star.
Hi. Hola.
I'm coming to see y'all soon.
Yeah. They want somebody to come wash their clothes for them right now.
What?
I'm saying, stop with that. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what we're doing here, Bob. We washing clothes and thing. And in DC, they went off the chain the other day. They was at some gathering without no mask on, whatever, and about 20 people got shot, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Where was this? Down at the mall?
Excuse me?
Where was it? Down at the mall area?
Nah, man, it was over in Southeast, man. Over in Southeast DC. That's always been a hot spot for, Washington. But like I said, I was talking to a police officer today, and he was like, "What's going on, priest?" I said, "I don't know. Y'all ain't got this shit under control, bro." Okay? So he was like, "The police can't have it under control." I was like, "Yeah, you got to have it under control because the people don't respect the order no more. It used to be, I'm going to say 35, 40 years ago, you could not go in anybody's neighborhood and start shooting people. It couldn't happen. You had to check in. You understand, Baba?
Yes, sir.
You literally had to ask permission to go in people's neighborhood because you might accidentally shoot somebody who belonged to somebody. Okay? These days, like the police said, they're shooting in broad daylight. So they don't respect nobody. They don't respect the OGs. They don't respect nothing. So now, some of us old people, we had a meeting about a couple of days after the shooting. So the brother was asking me, like, priest, what should we do about this? Because people are violating all type of rules. I'm like, bro, back in the day, just for reference, I said back in the day, man, if people did that, they had until daybreak, man, we call it daybreak, evening time, to turn themselves in to us. Or the police, either one, turn yourself in, man, because it ain't gonna be good for you. You know what I'm saying? It used to be that. So they said, well, how that work out? Look, either the police gonna get you or we gonna get you. Cause now you done shot somebody in the neighborhood that wasn't even doing nothing at all to you. So you used to shoot people that were doing stuff to you, not just shooting people indiscriminately. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me, Bob?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. I'm listening. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure. So now, like I told the brethren, they said, well, what you say about that? I said, well, look, if they never turned themselves in, they had until when it got dark, because somebody was coming to look for them. You know what I'm saying? Real, straight up. Because you are not allowed to do that. You might shoot somebody's kid, which they doing that all now. They shooting people kids. That ain't got nothing to do with shit. So you breaking all type of rules. So you can't live out here in the world, and you better not go to jail. You catch me, bro? People that do
Mm.
that type of shit, they better not go to jail. They had about 90 seconds after they reach. Okay, straight up. And I'm not into that, raping and all that shit like that. But some people, when they get to jail, they got about 90 seconds when they get to the jail. People already looking for them. Cause you shot somebody cousin, man. You shot somebody grandbaby, man. You shot somebody, cuz. You might glory in it while you doing it, but no, you shot somebody. And somebody looking for your ass. Now that's the old days, and that's going on a little bit right now. Cause like I said to the police officer today, we gonna have to bring this shit back into some rules or something. The police officer going, yeah, priest, you know what you're talking about. I say, no, I'm doing something about it. Because the other day when that happened, they shot the people. We had our little meeting, and I told the people what I thought. Then I kind of took it too far. I said, because we would make an example out of people like that. You know what I'm saying? He said, what would you do? I said, I wouldn't say I would do it, but them people's head would be on the stick. It'd be on the stick where everybody can see that you don't do that anymore. At all. Fuck that shooting you. I don't want to shoot you up close and personal. So then, in real life, the next day, the police department said they had captured the guy or one of the guys that did the shooting in the southeast. After the word got out, you know what I'm saying? Literally. So that's what they don't want in DC. They don't want people like me suggesting things to people and like, look, you better do something for yourself. If you did that type of damage to our people, turn yourself in, because it ain't gonna work for you out here. You need to be
Priest.
institutionalized so you can get your brain right, where you only got a little bit of space to do what you gotta do. And in jail, if you fuck with people, you can't run. You can't run from A cell to B cell to D cell. You can't run nowhere. See, so people got a problem with these guns right now. It's my problem. I got a problem with these guns. So also I said to the group of people, I said, look, what we need to do is get some of these bad guys and ship their ass to the Congo in Africa, ship them to Namibia, hot spots all over Africa where they think they want to shoot. They got 10-year-old kids over there that shooting guns. They're like, I will shoot you. We'll throw their ass in the middle of a civil war and see if they can figure out what they can do in a different country. In a different country, take this shit to a whole different level. Because we need peace where we at. Because we being beat and bombarded from all sides right now. All sides. From the left to the right, and there's nobody on nobody's side. For real, Bob. Except for the people that's on your side, the people that love you, they're gonna love you to the end. The people that's gonna make sure you good, they're gonna make sure you good to the end. You know what I'm saying? So now we got pockets of people and pockets of groups that doing real shit. They're doing real shit to make sure the community is good worldwide. But we need everyone, whether they Muslim, whether they Christian, whether they whatever, to stop the bullshit, straight up, Baba. Stop the bullshit, and let's figure out that let's stop the killing first. Stop that shit right there. Because we can stop that. Believe that. You got some people out here that can certifiably stop it. Now we're gonna make enemies with the people that's bringing in all the dope. We're gonna make enemies of all the people that's bringing in the guns. But fuck it, if you want them the best type of enemies instead of killing each other. But then we can see if you got that talk or you got that walk. Because you gotta have that walk right now. Ain't no more talking. You got hundreds of people on the air talking right now. Plenty of talk. Plenty of talk. So we don't want to hear no more talk. And another thing, I want to warn these people out here that's getting these followers and taking these people money. You taking people money and you got people shouting you out live on the air, which we never did that either. We got a problem with you. We're gonna talk to you first. When we talk to you first, we talking to you and we're like, yo, took $14 million from the people. 14 million. Now we're gonna have to find out some kind of way you can liquidate whatever and give us our rights. Give us our rights, man. Stop acting like you could pimp the people, because you can't pimp white folks. They ain't letting that shit happen, brother. Okay? White folks ain't letting you pimp them. So you gotta pimp our people? We're in the middle of a pandemic. You gonna take $14 million from people, build the shit where you say you're gonna build, give the people the profit that you say you're gonna get them. Let's keep this shit 100. Keep it 100, man, because this ain't no time for no niceness. I say peace and love only because I'm gonna get the whole thing and share it out. So it's gonna be peace. I'm gonna get peace, you gonna get peace, he gonna get peace. And it's gonna be love because I don't eat anything. I don't stick anything in my mouth. So whatever we prepare, it's for everyone to eat. Everyone to eat. So now I give thanks personally here in DC and abroad that I ain't never took no guy money. I ain't never asked a guy for a donation, not a nothing. And me and my wife and my 11 children that I got right here, Washington Coast, we doing all right. We got our rough time, but we really doing all right. Okay? We got a little food in the house. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no money saved up because that's gone already, Bob. Okay? It's gone. But see, in Rastafari, you got people that will come check you. Priest, how you doing? Here, hold this money right here. Make sure you got some pampers, priest. Because I'm an old man, but I still got young babies, 2 years old and older. Okay? We got to remember the things that we were supposed to be doing in the first place. For real, for real. You catch me, Baba?
Yes, sir. I wanted to touch on. I remember. A long time ago, Ross Sam Brown used to say, "To kill a man, you have to eat, for it must be your desire to have meat."
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about the elders, and because you hold, this is one of the brothers right here that we can get the true understanding from what the elders, particularly from the Naya Bingi order, taught us. Give us some teaching. You've been doing it already, but give us some more of what they taught us.
Well, I just gave you my observation in the first part of the interview. I'm just giving you my observation because I'm a priest. Matter of fact, I'm the elected priest. So I just speak for the priest. I don't speak for the people. You got people who speak for the people. I speak for the priesthood. Like, this is what the priest gonna do and this is what the priest not gonna do. Okay? So once people get into that position, this is what we're gonna do, this is what we're not gonna do. So I'm speaking from that because that's my capacity in reality. Just tell people this is what we're gonna do, this is what we're not gonna do. So now, Rosstown Brown, love this brother for earth, right? I was with that elder about 27 years I was around this elder. And we the ones that talked him into doing albums, Rosstown Brown, the teacher, Rosstown Brown, the history of the world, part one. He even created a thing called the Rastafari Bible. The thing was like 600 pages of things that Rastafari people observed during his 50 years in the tribe and in compilations of other people's experiences. So now this book was so fire that people just sought him out just to read the book with him. And he would only read it with certain people. He said, this is what I'm writing, this is my observation. You understand? So now, I reasoned about Sam Brown last night to another brother. Sam Brown told me in my hearing, he said, look, in the future, 80 million careless Ethiopians, because all black people Ethiopians, all black people from all over the world, 80 million careless black people, Ethiopians, are going to hell with these people. They're going to hell with them people. So 30 years ago, I didn't really understand it much. Like, they're going to hell. Now I'm thinking about it, how, look at this pandemic. Our people is acting worse than the freaking enemy. They acting worse than the enemy. So yeah, they going to hell with the enemy. They going to hell with it. And believe me, the enemy ain't just got no one color or one shade. People who got bad behavior is the enemy. If you're not looking out for your members of your household and your family and your community, you are an enemy. If you're still doing the robbing, stealing, killing from our people before the pandemic, now you want to really make your money, now you're an enemy. Straight up, ain't no more talking to you. Okay? Because you're willing to sacrifice our people. Okay? On the real thing. On real. Okay? Brother told me last night, for real, he was like, priest, you know, your name was Ilika before you were a priest. I was like, what that mean? He said, man, you know, you got to take care of yourself, man, during this pandemic. You can't let nothing happen. I said, hold on, what you talking about, man? He said, you got to get that money, man. I said, bro, I got the same wife for 25 years. She done gave me 11 children. I see them every day, except for the 2 that's in college. So now, what do you mean I got to take care of myself? My house been paid for 30 years. I ain't got to go do nothing but go to work and feed my family. He said, no, man, you know, everybody getting into the dope business. I said, man, get the fuck out of my face, man. He said, yeah, there's a lot of money in it because people stressed out. I said, hold on for a second. You telling me with the pandemic, all this shit going on, all the white supremacy, everything going on, that you want to sell dope to our people continuously? He said, no, but that's what we got to do to survive. I said, who? Who is we? Cause you ain't got no woman. You ain't even got your children you taking care of. So what kind of behavior you still going on with? And he was adamant that you gotta do this to take care of yourself. I said, bro, the way you sell, you got a sales pitch. Your dope business, listen carefully, your dope business make it so you ain't got no one woman and your children. But I got plenty of women. Yes, you got plenty of women, bro, but there ain't none of them with you. Ain't none of them with you for real. And when that drug money run out, they gone too, bro. So now you making our women into prostitutes. Well, that's what it's got to be. I say, yo, so ain't no God in that, bro. I ain't no God in that. He said, well, God ain't do nothing to me yet. I said, that's the best thing what a wicked person can say. That God ain't do nothing to you yet. Keep on doing what you're doing. The brother got angry and walked off, Bob. Like I knew he would, because I intended to make him angry. Because I ain't killed nobody to eat. Nobody. I ain't robbed nobody to feed my children. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the people the good word and working with them individually so we can understand each and every problem that in front of our people. Not as a group, because you got too many people out here right now doing this group thing. I'm gonna save the world. I'm gonna save the world. Come join my group so they can get 1 million followers. 1 million followers ain't nothing on YouTube. Is it, Baba?
No,
That's the
sir.
question.
No,
Huh?
sir.
No,
No.
because I did my radio broadcast the other day, about 3 weeks ago, and I had a Spanish show. So my guest was from Colombia, South America. So now I had to format Spanish music for 2 hours around the artists, around the guests. So now each one of those artists that did that Spanish music, the less views they had on YouTube, the less views they had on there. The least for one song, one artist was 23 million views on one song. He making money. Now I had 18 different artists lined up. One artist had 1.6 billion views on their YouTube. So they making money. They got sponsors, they got everything. So when I looked at it good, I said, well, wow, what are people of color doing where you doing all this talking, all this whatever we talking, and we ain't even got the views of one Spanish song telling you, I love you, baby. That's all the song was saying, I love you, baby. I'll do everything for you, baby. We used to sing that as people. I'm sure if we sung it again, we'd get all the views we want. But we ain't singing nothing about no, let's get together, baby. Let's do the thing right. We talking about she got a nice leg, she got this, she got that. We don't want to be in that no more. That's too much, Bob. You know what I'm saying? On the real. So I'm against a lot of this stuff, Bob. I'm against it. I'm not for none of it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Now, family, this is what I still do. And when I would go to this brother's house, as well as many of the other elders, to go get my food, I couldn't just go get my food. I had to sit down
Okay.
and get the lesson. I had to sit down and get the lesson.
Excuse me.
That's all right. I was telling the
Now,
family, I would come see you as well as the other elders. I couldn't just come in the house and get my food and go. I had to come get a lesson. I had to come get some of this fire, make sure I was worthy of the food, I guess, that I was receiving. They would make me understand what this food is that you're getting. And
yeah,
I would always be put through something every time I walked in this brother's house or any of the other rosters back at DC's house. I would have to come through an overstanding and a teaching before I could come out of that house. Talk about that, priest.
well, Baba, it's like this, right? We already know, everybody know that Rastafari people have herbs. Okay, everybody know that, and the silver one on the end. Everybody know that Rasta people have herbs, but I, man, personally, as a priest, I couldn't really sell the people no herb because it's illegal at that point, really illegal. So now, to make people get what they was after, I be like, yo, we gonna read the scripture, we gonna talk about some real things, and if you can talk with me for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it normally lasted for an hour or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you can get the herb. It was just like I'm vetting you before you get some herb because some people don't need no herb. They made herbs so legal right now that anybody can have it. And that's the wrong thing because anybody shouldn't have it, bro. Anybody shouldn't have it. The herb is to bring you up to heal the nation. Like the Elder Rospito. He put out the sound, the Elder was like, yo, Rasta rise, man, rise. We gotta rise. You know, I can't sit still, man. So if you can't sit still, you gotta keep building the people up. So you just ain't selling the guy a bag of weed to get no money. No, man, we trying to get you to be the best plumber you could be so we could get that service so we ain't gotta call some guy down the street that we didn't want to fuck with anyway. Okay, we had the money inside our community, just like the old people taught us. Okay, Rostam Brown. This brother right here was so black that when people invited him to come speak, they would regret it every time. Every time. Because this brother would talk to you, they call it the raw born truth. Raw born truth. He ain't hold no punches. Straight up. So now he never told you what you were doing wrong. He was just letting you know that certain things need to be done correctly. Okay? Is that your sock right there? Okay. You gotta do certain things correctly. And from you do it correctly, it's gonna benefit the people that's around you. So now, through that behavior, we learn how to take care of, say like I got 100 people that's with me all the time, Bob. So now, for me, I got 100 people that's around me that's my people. 100 people. That means that anytime, any day, any hour, 100 people got $100. That means we got $10,000 anytime we come together. So if I call you in the morning and we say, yo, we got something we gotta do, everybody bring 100. That means we got $10,000 to start with that day. $10,000 that day is a down payment on the house. It's $10,000 to get people mortgage straight. Okay, and then we buying into our own problems because that's what people do not do in our community. We don't buy into each other's problems, man, and that's what people do. They buy into our problems. That's what gentrification is. Okay, like the police officer told me today, he was like, "Yo, the white people just came in. They got killing all going on. The property taxes, property is going down. So white people just moving in because people are afraid. Because you see blood, then you see real estate sale. Anytime you see blood, so the real estate gonna go up. So I said, man, we could just come together, hundred of us, and just buy this property all in DC. I said, I saw 21 houses in my area that's up for sale right now. He said, man, I want to do something. I said, we need 100 people. He said, so what you gonna do? I said, look, man, it's real simple. We're gonna go get that building. The building's 800,000. We're gonna come together, pay cash for that shit, and we're gonna mortgage it off in 30 days. Straight up, straight business, giving it to the whole world. So since we paid for it cash, we can mortgage it off in 30 days. Okay, time for the paperwork to go through. We can get 80% of our money back if we take a mortgage. 80%. That means that everybody's involved can get at least 80% of their money back. 30 days, straight business. And we still got the building. Then go to the next one. And then we can reinvest the same money until we bought up every fucking thing in sight. Everything. Because that's how you buy back the block. I don't need shit from you. That's how we treating it. But I need you to come and do this thing with us so we can get this building right here. Okay, so we can buy back DC. We can buy back Brooklyn. We can buy this shit back, man. Buy it back. I don't give a shit if it's $8 million. Buy it back. We got enough millionaires out here to buy all this shit back. Let's buy it back. Cash money. You don't think it's possible, Baba?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Straight up.
All
Okay.
things are possible with our unity. I know that's right.
Yeah, we got to stop the level of stupidity because people keep saying people not. I don't care what people not gonna do. If the thing is right, we call it truth and right. That's one of the things that the elders always told us. If it's true and it's right, you can get away with it. If it's truth and right, you can get away with it. So we always want to get away with stuff all the time, Bob. All the time. So that's how you get away with stuff. They say, oh, they taking over Brooklyn. Okay. The other day in Brooklyn, in the Bronx, they had like 20 people getting shot up there. You heard about that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, my brother called me from Brooklyn. I said, what's going on up there, man? He said, it's 30 million people unemployed right now. You add that to the people that was already unemployed and see what you got. A shitstorm because people ain't got no money. So if you owe people money or you in one of these illegal type of lifestyles, People want their bread right now. You ain't got their bread. Two cats got shot in the ass. So you know that was they ain't had the people money. So they didn't want to kill them. They shot them in the ass. If two people get shot in the ass, that means both of y'all got my money. Now I don't want you to not be incapacitated. Go get my bread. And everybody that live in that world know that already. That was a sign and wonders. Another thing the others told us to pay attention to. Because we're not doing these things, but we gotta be obvious. We gotta pay attention to it. Because look what happened. There's a lot of people around us that know what's up. They know what's up on the level. And they refuse to do it because they've been fucked over already. And I'm saying, yes, after the first 3 million of being fucked over, man, listen, let's get this bread and feed the people for real. Okay? And I can guarantee you we can spend that money and get it back. So we're gonna do the things that's simple. Simple. Buy back the block. Buy back your honesty. We ain't gotta do what these people are doing already. That's their pattern, their behavior pattern. It's not ours. Because ours is to keep the people alive. Okay? Think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful. Priest, while I have you on here, I want you to talk a little bit. I haven't spoken with you since our beloved brother Von Benjamin has made his transcendence. And I know you are one of the brothers being in DC who knew him in the early days. Talk a little bit about Von.
Well, look at this, right?
Talk a little bit about Von, because
I didn't mean to cut you, but look at this, right? You ain't got no guy, and I mean no guy right now. We can look at the watch right now. There's a watch. You ain't got no guy that got no music like that right now. No guy. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong right now. You ain't got no guy that could do that right now. Tell me I'm lying, Bob.
He was one of a kind,
Okay.
Priest. He was one of a kind.
Okay. Tell me that, yo, they got a guy that can sing those type of lyrics and reach the people just like that. Okay. Vaughn had one of those voices where the message was gonna heal the people. Back to where we was at. We burned the herbs so we could heal the people. Look, we wasn't getting all that money. Because we was getting all that money, we never got sick. Just like the majority of the elders that come through. You know what I'm saying? Get your mask back on, please. Yeah, I got my people with me at the laundromat, so we got to keep that social distance thing, and we got to keep the thing up and running. Yo, it's serious out here, bro. It's serious. But back to Vaughn, man. Vaughn had this voice that when you hear his voice, you knew he was telling the truth. And he was singing from his heart. You know that place right there? He was singing from his heart. So he wanted the people to be like, yo, come back to yourself. Because in Rastafari, that's what we teaching the people. Forget all that thing where you think you know. Come back to yourself and work it out from there. Because you probably missed a couple of steps. Okay? And if you check Von music as it progressed, it was always, you had to go back and listen to the album before that. And then when you listen to the album before that, you had to go back and listen to the album before that. Every time. Every song he came up with made you go back to some other music. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying, Bob.
Correct. Right.
Because that's what we were at. We were on that. We gotta learn this thing right here, right now. We gotta learn it properly. All your clothes in me? All of them? All right, cool. Back over there, please. Stop. Back over there, please. Thank you. Yeah, Baba. So I don't know if I said the right thing. I don't want to make no enemies right now, but I already got some. So I'm in DC. We got the listening room DC. That's on Friday, 6 p.m. That's on Dirty Basin Radio. So if people want to call me and talk to me, we can have a long dialogue. They can reach out to you, Barbara. We can have a long dialogue or a short one. I'm here to help you build something. Whether it's here in DC, whether it's in New York, whether it's in California, because California burning right now for real. So my wife told me today, she said, you know that California burning? I said, I didn't know that. She said, all the herb country burning. Napa Valley burning, everything burning. I said, well, look, when the pandemic came, nobody made sure that those products reached the East Coast before the pandemic. Okay? That's what's up. You catch me?
When, Priest, when is the
Yes.
listening room? When does it come on the listening room?
The listening room is on Fridays. It's on Fridays, exclusively on Dirty Basement Radio.
What's the number?
The number?
Yeah.
Oh no, you gotta go online to Dirty Basement.
Dirty Basement?
Dirty Basement Radio with DJ Sincere.
All right.
So I think I can get the link for you, but I'm at the laundromat right now, so I don't really have my computer to type all that stuff in.
Well, I'm doing it right now, Priest. I'm doing it right now.
Okay. Yeah, so people can call into Dirty Basement on Fridays, and it's the listening room. So if they got something they want to talk about, we can talk about some things, Bob. Because look, I got some knowledge I can share out, and I know they got some knowledge they want to share out. When you see Dirty Basement, take all the vowels out of it.
Okay. Right.
You take all the vowels out of it, that'll be Dirty Basement, no vowels. Yeah, because if you don't have no vowels in it, everybody can understand. Like, we got some stuff that's there, but some stuff is still missing. So you put some vowels in the thing, then the thing will work. You put some energy into it, it'll work. You know what I'm saying?
So if the family types that in, Dirty Basement Radio on the internet, they'll find it?
Yeah, they'll find previous shows. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I did the Spanish show about 3 weeks ago, and the thing, no vowels though. It ain't no vowels in it.
Okay. All right, let me take that
no
out.
Vowels. Yeah. So it's like what is it? DRT, dirt, and BSMNT, something like that. Dirty Basement with no vowels. And it's just the listening room DC. So you just say the listening room DC on Fridays, that'll be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. So now, for me, I wanted to shout out a lot of people right now because you got some brothers holding this thing up, man. I mean, worldwide. Not just the problems and all that. You got people that's really on boots on the ground. And they making sure people getting their food, making sure old people getting taken care of. And it's too many to name. But we want to make sure that these people get their due. Because, bro, this thing going to get worse in a minute. You better know that. The next 6 months to a year, we're going to see who the strongest people is. We're going to see who the leader is. Okay?
What time is it Friday? What time Friday, Priest?
6 p.m. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So for me, when you speak about the elders like Ross Pito and them type of people, make sure you put the listening room DC on there. Because a white guy took the listening room and tried to make it his own. So mine is the listening room DC. You know what I'm saying? So we don't get any infringement rights and all that, copyrights and all that type of stuff.
All right, take us on home, Priest, because I know you're busy.
I ain't busy, man. I'm washing clothes, man. Listen, because when you called me today, I had so much on my brain. I said, I got to say something to these people out here on the internet. Because the only thing they got to do is check all the black platforms or people with color platforms. They are not getting the views on YouTube because they're not using the proper analytics. You need analytics to get your numbers up so people can hear what you're saying. Okay? They want to hear what you're saying. So when, like your show right now, Bob, right? If you put one Spanish dude on your show, that Spanish dude is going to bring his 23 million viewers to your show. Okay? Just one. And we got a lot of Spanish people in New York that speak the language that we want to speak about getting this thing together. Did you know that the whole program shut down? The whole program, my show was shut down live because they had, let's check it out. One brother had 23 million, next person had 50 million, all the way up to the top dude. He had 1.6 billion views on his YouTube. So his people follow him wherever he go. I blew the freaking circus out. And I don't speak no Spanish, bro. I don't speak no Spanish. I just had the guests from Colombia, South America. So me opening the door for them brought they people to the show instantly. It blew their circuit out. The people send my director send him an email and say, "Can you try not to do that again?" You know what I'm saying? I said, "Try not to do what again?" They said they weren't prepared for no thing like that. I'm saying, yo, now I'm gonna use that analytics right there. I'm gonna tell my people the secret. So just like on Bible TV right now, yo, everybody that's listening to Bible TV is supposed to get everybody they know the link. So your numbers can go up instantly. So even though this is a live show, you're supposed to be in the millions already. Just because everybody is putting that link on their pages. Because if we want to keep valuable people like you on the air and keep finance and make that thing work for you, we got to come up with the analytics to make it go. Straight up. Because these kids on the Spanish music, they go and say, yo, we singing this one song. Now, no matter if we from Puerto Rico, or they from Guatemala or whatever, they all will send that link to each other. And they will broadcast it live on their show or whatever. Just push it out. Every song. Not one song, every song. So that they can get their numbers up because they know that's a revenue stream for that person and for that person's show. So that person would recognize that you getting those numbers up and you shouting out different people. You shouting out this business because they helping you get your numbers up. So it's more like I'm helping you help me. We call it quid pro quo. You doing something for me, I'm doing something for you. So we need to use this medium and this type of streaming to get our numbers up. So we can get the support that we need, Bob. But that's what I learned. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I hope that the people can hear me good because they need to make sure you stay on the air, Bob. During this pandemic, they're supposed to make sure every business is straight around us. Just like now, I'm at a black-owned laundromat. Cardozo Laundromat. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Excuse me, I had to walk outside for a minute, Bob. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting in the background.
I know right where that's at.
Yeah, so that's a black-owned laundromat here in DC. So, we want to get that straight. You know what I'm saying? That we support the people that we need to support, but we really got to support our own right now. Okay, because we can't afford that we lose a laundromat. We can't afford to lose nothing that belongs to us right now. We got to gain some traction. You know what I'm saying? So if the people need to check me out, they can hit me at Priestworks on Instagram. That's Priestworks, Prie period St works. Okay, Priestworks. That's on Instagram. And the next page is Priest Ilika on Instagram. Okay, we're looking for new music. If you got some people that you want me to interview, I'll interview your people and put them on my show. If they got something positive to say for the people, I'll put them on my show on Friday. So, the people can contact you and say, yo, let me see what Priest Ilika talking about in the listening room. They can hit you up. That's going to keep you in the flow. You can hit me up and say, yo, I got this guest that want to be on your show on Friday. We can take all week and promote a thing on Instagram and everything, letting people know that this guy going to be on my show. We can get these numbers up. We get these numbers up, we're going to be on the air longer, Baba. That's my plan. That's how I see it.
That's right. That's right, Priest. Tell them how we do it. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I ain't trying to make nobody mad giving out their secret, but we're going to have to do the thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So,
That's right.
yeah, anything you want to know, Baba, let me know because I'm not telling people, no, let's go back and read nothing. You should have read the book already. You should know what you're doing already. You should be living this thing already and making this thing happen already. So now people putting their trust in these false prophets and these false people, and they getting what they deserve because they're not vetting the people. They just listening to the smooth talk, the smooth look, the pretty clothes, and then they giving the clown $14 million. And then they got to fight because he took all the money and bought himself a couple of houses that you don't know nothing about. So I ain't gonna put nobody's name out there, but everybody know who I'm talking about. And I'm telling the guy right now, you better get the people back their money, man, because you're going to make people go off and they don't need to go off right now. That's for real, Baba. So if anything, people can check me. We can talk about some things if that's what they want to do, Baba.
Mm-hmm. Well, priest, thank you so much, brother, for giving me
yeah.
the time. My elder, I'm so glad to be able to have you on Baba TV and have the family feel your vibration, and more importantly, and get some of the teaching and advice and guidance that you've always had to give me personally, and I appreciate it. Lord knows I do, and I love you and your family very much, sir. And
Well, I love you too, bro. That's real love. I mean, not the talk love. That's the real love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So when I say that I love you, I mean real talk, because we have to make sure that we are here. Whoever we are, make sure we here. So when people finish listening to your show, they can call somebody they got a problem with and say, look, I know we got a problem, but we got to fix that shit right now today. Let's go burn 2 spliffs or whatever we got to do, and let's talk about it. I'm not going to do that shit no more. You're not going to do it no more. But I like your skill on this. Let's go do the work. When we go do the work, then we'll get back to work, man. And special message to all the cruddy people, all the wicked people. You better watch yourself, because we got people out here that ain't playing that shit what you doing. You better help the people get out the way. Get all the way out the way. Because this ain't a nice time. We'll give you the enemy. Let the enemy have your ass. For real, let the enemy have you. He can do what he want with you. Because in this time, they got this election going on and all that stuff. People say, who you gonna vote for? I say, look, I'm gonna vote no confidence. They said, you can't vote that. I said, yes, I'm still voting no confidence. They say, what does that mean? I mean, no confidence. I have no confidence in your system. So I want everybody that's voting, that want to vote, write in on, because you got to write in spot. They ain't gonna check it, but do it for the face of it. No confidence. Now, if you got a million or 2 million voters writing in a ballot, no confidence, the machine gonna break, because they're not ready for that algorithm. You understand?
Yep.
You with me, Baba?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Think about it good, because when you vote, the vote counts for whatever it counts for, electoral votes and whatnot. But if everyone votes no confidence on this thing, no confidence, then the machine gonna fail, because they cannot say that you got 22 electoral votes when everybody voted no confidence. You don't have it, but you still voted. You still voted. So you did what your people told you to do, go vote. Now you went to vote, no confidence. So that's gonna start off a shitstorm right now. Right now. People say you can't vote no confidence. I can vote. If you got a left wing of a chicken and the right wing of a chicken, it's still a chicken. And they got chicken wings. So if you don't like chicken wings, guess what? You gotta vote no confidence. Correct?
That's right. Yes, sir.
You gotta vote no confidence. That's me talking. I talked to a lawyer about that the other day. They said, well, priest, that's kind of strange right there, but that might work. They say, you always thinking of shit that might work. I'm like, yeah, it might work. Because now when the machine, when they count all the votes, they're going to count so many hundreds of thousands or whatever in your region. No confidence. None at all. You don't have none. So they say, what about Biden? No confidence. Well, what about this guy? No confidence. I have no confidence in whatever you do. You understand? You
That's
with me,
what.
Bob?
Yes, sir.
That sound like a plan?
Yes, sir. And on that note,
Yeah.
family, check
Yes,
the
sir.
priest. Check Priest Ilika out every Friday between 6 to 8. The Listening Room, DC. Every Friday between 6 to 8 p.m. The Dirty Basement. You just look it up, family, and it'll be there. And or check the priest right here, his Instagram page, Priest Works. Priest Works on Instagram. And I want to end it with some words that the priest already gave you. As Ross Sam Brown would say, be good. And if you can't be good, be careful.
Well, when he said that, he left. I heard that I said that before. He had some more to it. You know what I'm saying? Some more to that part right there. He always told people, if you can't be good, you be bad. Be as bad as you can be, so your judgment can come as quick as possible. Okay?
Word.
Yeah, man. If you can't do good, don't worry about it. Be as bad as you can be, and that's gonna make your judgment come like quick. It's gonna come quicker. Okay? When your judgment comes, don't cry about nothing. You did it, you know you did it. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna say peace and love to the people here. Selassie, Baba, thank you for the opportunity to be on your show. I'm at the laundromat, so that's what's happening, Baba. That's what's happening. You gonna say something to the people? Say goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
See y'all soon.
All right.
See y'all
Bye.
soon.
See you next time.
Oh, bye.
So you're looking forward to seeing you again.